Okay, guys, today we're going to be talking about the tropics. So the tropics are divided into the tropical rainforests and just tropical forests. The temperature is usually warm to very hot and is roughly constant throughout the entire year. The precipitation in the tropical rainforest is usually constant throughout the year. However, in more tropical regular forests, I might say, the precipitation will have a pronounced dry and wet season. Tropical rainforest, as you would expect, do not have any dry season and are always very wet. The defining factor in terms of temperature of the entire tropical biome is that these biomes do not have significant decreases or increases in temperature over the seasons and are almost always warm to hot. In terms of vegetation, tropics are often dominated by very tall and thick trees that are often between 30 and 50 meters high, which is pretty high, but the trees are woven with vines and air plants that grow on them, and the floor is covered by a few smaller plants and moss and shrubs. Here you can see in this map, the tropics are the lightest green. I'm not going to include savanna as tropics because they're more of their own thing since they're drier and often experience heat waves and sometimes get cool. Despite having relatively high precipitation, tropical forests often have pronounced dry seasons. This is because the precipitation has to be very high, otherwise the evaporation will make the precipitation much less effective. In tropical forests with dry seasons, plants often have good ways of storing moisture. The high precipitation can wash out nutrients from the soil because a lot of nutrients can dissolve in water. It also promotes more competition between plants and animals over nutrients, which means that places with lots of minerals and nutrients and good stuff to build tissue, I guess, are very valuable in the tropical rainforests and forests. Tropical climates are generally found at 0 to 25 degrees north and south where precipitation is abundant. The range is expanded to 0 to 30 degrees north and south near warm currents and onshore winds, and is decreased to 0 to 10 degrees north and south near cold currents, large subtropical deserts, and offshore winds. Mountain ranges can disrupt the flow of moisture across Earth and can sometimes make or break a tropical climate. Mountains, if high enough, can also create subtropical highland, oceanic, subpolar, and even polar climates because of convection and radiative cooling. Now, tropical biomes are too diverse to really say every single species or group of species that exists, so I'm just going to say a few. There's mammals, birds, insects, fish, like all arthropods. There's fish in the rivers. There's there's just pretty much everything, as long as the family is big enough that there are some species that live in the tropics. Because tropical biomes are prime real estate. Here are the subtypes. So the climatic subtypes in the Köppen-Geiger climate classification scheme are the tropical rainforest, the tropical monsoon, and the tropical seasonal forest and savannas. The climatic subtypes as defined by general consensus are the tropical rainforest, tropical forest, and tropical savanna. The vegetation subtypes are tropical rainforest, tropical cloud forest, tropical coniferous forest, and tree savanna.